You're now listening to Sound Talent Media. Check out more shows at soundtalentmedia.com.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like Skims or Allbirds, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and great marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and for shoppers buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. It's home of ShopPay, the #1 checkout in the world. You can use it to boost conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going through to checkout. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Allbirds uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/income, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/income to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/income.
By the time I hit my 50s, I'd learned a few things, like how family is precious. Work can always wait. And 99% of people over 50 already have the virus that causes shingles. Not everyone at risk will develop it, but I did. The painful, blistering rash disrupted my life for weeks. Don't learn about your shingles risk the hard way. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today. Sponsored by GSK.
The internet gives us a glimpse into the crazy happening all around us. Unhinged behavior, personal secrets, unbelievable coincidences. It's all one big circus, and the RR Show is your front row seat. Each week, we curate the wildest Reddit stories just for you. Whether you're into hilarious accidents, insane relationship drama, or pure chaos, these insane confessions are sure to make your jaw drop. Listen to the RR Show weekly on Mondays via your favorite podcast platform, or get your episodes early and ad-free by becoming a member. The RR Show. All of the drama, none of the hassle.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast. And oh boy, we are getting bass nerdy on this one. Today, I am talking to Sal Mignano of The Sleeping and Held. Held? Does that sound familiar? Why, yes, I talked to Douglas Robinson just a few weeks ago, if you recall that episode. And if you don't, you should check that out as well. On that episode, he said, you gotta talk to Sal. So we made that happen. And boy, did we get nerdy on this episode. There is a lot of Gibson Grabber talk. There is a lot of, well, I guess maybe I should just stop talking and let's get into this episode. Right? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Tone Mob Podcast, a show about guitar stuff, occasionally, sometimes. I'm your host, Blake Weiland. With me today, I have Sal Mignano from The Sleeping and Held, and we are brought together by our buddy Douglas, who said on this podcast that you've got to get Sal on here. You've got to. So now we're doing it. I'm glad to have you here.
I'm less of a talker than Doug, but I like gear more than Doug for sure.
Yeah, so it'll be fine. It's
Let's
good.
Go. Yeah.
Well, let's start where we usually start. Let's get the Sal story. I know you've been a musician for a very long time, involved in all kinds of projects, doing all kinds of stuff. You've been all over the world. You've done all kinds of things. But Where did it all start for you, and how did it land mostly in bass territory?
I actually did start playing guitar first when I was a kid, just playing. And then I don't really know when the switch was, but I decided to play bass, and it kind of just landed. I don't know. It really just connected more than guitar. And I still love playing guitar, but it's just really, for some reason, there's this challenge of getting heard and moving people with the bass. It's something different for me, and it's always been special to me for the bass for sure. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I started as a guitar player and still primarily am, but now I've got 5 or 6 basses, and every time I play them, I'm like, maybe I did it wrong. Maybe I was supposed to be a bass player.
I know now. I look at a guitar and I'm like, oh, thing. I just want to play bass.
But then there's like ideas I'm trying to come up with, like, oh no, I need the guitar. And then a lot of listeners know this, like I'm very down-tuney baritone. Like,
Yeah.
That's really been a thing over the last few years, especially. And I'm like, I guess I just needed that in between. And I like a baritone guitar quite a lot.
I've always wrote riffs on bass. A lot of these Held songs started on bass, and the Sleeping too, for sure. Like, you know, either a skeleton of the whole song or just a riff, and it's just been like pretty sick. It's kind of unique. I know a lot of bass players kind of take the back seat, but I like to just like jump in it, do it. You know, like I got ideas, I got to show them, and we usually build around things. And me and Doug would just send ideas back and forth constantly. It was awesome the way we wrote that record. It was pretty cool.
I can hear that, especially in that record. I can hear it in the Sleeping stuff too, but in this one in particular, the interplay is different than I think what people would typically expect. It's less of a supporting role, you know, and it's more like you're both taking turns driving things forward is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, we both had, it's like the three of us in general, I keep saying it's like we have so many ideas we couldn't have a fourth member. It's like it has to be a three-piece because everyone's too big-headed in this band. Have another person in it to have more ideas. But we have a ton of stuff to say on our instruments for sure.
You know, one thing I didn't actually get into this with Doug is like, how did this actually happen? Somehow we glazed over that. We talked so much about him becoming a guitarist in a band that we sort of just skipped past. How did Held start?
Well, so this was before the Sleeping even like did a reunion. Me and Doug were talking, and we were just like, I kind of like hit him up, like, yo, let's just like book some studio time and kind of record whatever. Like, you know, and it was way less serious at that time. It was kind of just an idea of just like jamming and, you know, doing things here and there, whatever. Let's just see what comes out. So then we had a few people in mind, and we just kept like trying and see who would react that we wanted to do something. So we booked the studio time with Applehead, which did like a lot of Coheed stuff. It did a lot of like half the Sleeping stuff too. They're like family to us. It's in Woodstock. It's 6 studio producers, and they were like, yo, we'll work with you guys. You guys are family. We'll let you come up and do some, and we'll be part of it. And they kind of like did it for free, which was kind of wild.
Wow.
And sorry, I just lost you for a second.
Oh.
Where did I just? Oops. You're back.
I'm back. All right, here we are. We're back.
So we were just like, they were just like, let's be a part of it. They wanted to be a part of it. You know, they like what we do always. They always loved, like, big fans of us. And we were super stoked and like, yeah, we got free studio time. Let's do this. Like, let's find some people. So I reached out to, I had Thomas Fuller Troy was supposed to play guitar. Mm-hmm. And then it was Doug, Doug and I, which had all these ideas. And Doug wasn't going to play guitar. He was it wasn't even the plan for him to play guitar. And then we were talking about drummers who we should get, and I just like was like, screw it, let me just write Josh. And I wrote him on Facebook. You know, like we were friends. We were friends for sure. We toured together, but like I haven't talked to him in a while. And I was like, yo, you want to do this? Like, and he just wrote back. He was just like, hell yeah, let's go. And he just like, he was all into it. So then right before we were supposed to go into the studio, like a few days before, like Thomas like bailed on something. I forgot, he had some lame excuse or something. And then like, and then I was like, oh, Doug, you got to play guitar. We got to just do it. And he was like, oh, like, I don't know. And I'm like, just do it. I was like, whatever. I got these ideas. You got these ideas. And we like sat in a cabin, just wrote some stuff. And then we went there with like 3 skeletons of a song ideas. And then like Josh got down on it. We turned them into songs. It was pretty sick. And then after that, we kind of like didn't do anything for a few months. Okay. And I was at Doug's birthday, and our friend Dubin, Mike Dubin, I was talking about this project, and he was like, oh, really? Like, I'm starting to manage. And then when he went home, he's like, let me hear that stuff. And I sent it to him, and he was like, yo, I'll manage it. Let's do it. And then he just took it and went like crazy with it. He got us, because then we couldn't get back in that studio because they were so busy. But then he got us in with John Markson, that did, he's doing tons of sick records, and he's amazing. But So we did that record we did a few songs with him, and then he shopped it. He got us a record deal with Monarch, and then it just kept going. And then we ended up making a full record with him, and that's like the beginning story of Help for sure.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of great stories. You know, it's like a lot of friends just like, hey, let's just try it. You know, and when that happens when you're kids, the results are a little different than after you've been playing music for a long time, especially playing music together. And it was great. When I saw it come out, admittedly, like we talked about, I talked about this with Doug a little more, but my youngest son, is probably one of the biggest My Chemical Romance fans in the world. Like, no joke. He's 7 years old and he loves it. He's got posters on his wall. He's seen the shows, and I'm like, well, like that's, one of Dad's acquaintances is in that band. Like, and he's like, what? Kind of blows his little mind. And then, of course, so we're paying attention to everything. He's not like on the internet, but we're paying attention to everything. So when Frank posts about this guest track he's on, I'm like, oh, what's this? And so we click on it, and immediately, like, the riffs just stick out to me. So, and like, I'm like, oh, I know all these guys. Okay, this is really cool. Like, I know I get what's going on here. But it hooked me instantly. I was drawn in. Josh is one of my favorite drummers to watch and listen to.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He's so good and so entertaining to watch. And it's just it was such a weird moment coalescing in one music video for me. Like, wow, this is great. So it was great to get the opportunity to talk to you guys and have all this extra context added, to things. Yeah. But it's still just dudes who enjoy music, making music together. At the end of the day, that's just what it is.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, we just got in that room and we just hit it, and it was like, I keep saying it was easy because it just happened. Like, I've been in, everybody's been in a room where you just want to pull your eyes out and you can't wait to get out of there. And this is like, it just flowed. In a few days, we had our first demos, and we were like super stoked on it. And we were like, it just like kept happening like that for sure the whole time.
Yeah,
a lot of things just kept flowing, and it was pretty easy.
Yeah. So let's I pretend that this is a gear show. Sometimes it ends up being just a show. But but since I know I'm talking to a fellow gearhead, I feel like we got to dive into a few things. Let's talk about the evolution over time. So when you first started playing and you really like, bass is my thing, what did the rig look like? And then take me through the years of your evolution. I want to get nerdy here.
The bass rig. Wow. Yeah. So my first bass amp was a TNT combo with the Black Widow 15-inch.
I have one of those sitting over here in the corner.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Is it a 150? Is it called
it's like a 115. I think I think they made several different ones. I think mine's a 100 watt. Yeah.
100 watt? Yeah. It was something like that. That thing was sick. It had like the built-in chorus and the graphic EQ and stuff. And then my first bass, my first bass was an Ibanez. Oh yeah. So my first bass was an Ibanez Blazer bass from like 1980 something that I traded for a snowboard that I had. I traded a friend my old snowboard for this bass.
That's such a classic story. I love it.
And that ended up being the first bass, and then it kind of just went crazy from there for sure.
At any point were you just like analyzing the rigs of your heroes and like, oh, I got to get that.
Oh yeah, always. And, at first you kind of just don't know what's going on, but then quickly you start learning about every kind of gear choice, and that was the 90s, so it was a lot of that like weird time in that gear. The 90s gear has its own notch out in the world of like the modulus basses and the Tobias and there's all those there was what's a lot of 90s stuff, a lot of those like the Yamaha basses. It was always like it's like Fender took a little bit of like a back seat in the 90s for a second, even though they've always been like the head of the whole curve with the basses throughout the years with Fender and the P basses and stuff for sure.
Yeah, it seemed like the 90s and early 2000s, they were trying to all, like, and I'm not even saying this like a bad thing, because some of them are really cool, but some of them were, I feel like they were trying to be a part of the movie The Matrix, you know? Like,
yeah, like active was pretty strong in the 90s.
And just like the curves of it was all kind of like this cyber gray feel.
Yeah.
And I mean, there were some great instruments made that looked like that.
For sure.
But yeah, it was and I feel like that was a little more specific to the bass for some reason.
Yeah.
And bass, like, I've always thought of bassists as being a little more open to trying new stuff than guitarists. Guitarists are like, if it's not what Leo Fender did, then I don't want it, you know? But like bassists are like, oh, I don't know, let's try some active pickups. Let's try a solid state amp. And it just always felt like that section of the market was always a little more open to experimentation. Is that accurate in your view?
Yeah, for sure. You try a million things. I kind of never really loved the active thing. You know, I definitely had an active PJ. It was like a P bass light. I think that was the second bass I ever had, and it was just this pretty rare. It's a PJ, and it's like it's like a smaller body, and it's lighter. And it's one of those like futuristic type of Fenders. But it was, I don't know. The active thing never really like got me going as much as the passive. You know, pushing the preamps, because I use a lot of like preamps and distortion and effects, but active, I feel doesn't like hit pedals as well as like passive instruments do. You could just like really like hit a pedal and like it sounds better, I think, when it's passive. Yeah, I think I mean, active has its place, but I think for me, as a guitarist too, it feels like it's just a more, and this is kind of the point, just a more even signal, you know, and you're not playing with quite as much, and that's changed a lot with some of the new designs and whatever, but especially back in the day, it felt like it was a little more one-dimensional with what you were getting out of it versus what you were putting in. And for some people, that's probably a good thing, but if you are like an effects user, like I am a big pedal guy. I love pedals. I have way too many pedals, and I'm playing the pedals as much as I'm playing the instrument sometimes. So I need them to respond the way I want them to. Yeah. What's what I got jealous of, the only active bass was Alice in Chains, that the Spectre. That tone has always been chasing me for years, man. That's such a good tone, like in Wood and all those Alice in Chains songs. Like, god damn it, dude. That's the one time active makes me jealous that I'm not an active bass player.
It does sound really good. Yeah, everyone's got that one, right? Like everyone's like, I don't like active pickups except David Gilmour. David Gilmour works.
Yeah, it was a Mike Starr. Dude, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. So what is your board looking like these days? Are you swapping stuff out all the time? Are you pretty solid?
I'm pretty in the held. In the held scenario, it's pretty simple. Let me see. Let's real quick. Like this. So, because we're like kind of starting out, we don't have much tech help and stuff. So I got my head just on the board.
Oh yeah, so, dark glass.
Yeah, It's this. You know, I'm stacking the vintage dark glass that's in here with the pork and pickle.
Oh, yep.
So that's like my main tone, is stacking them together for most part. So I want to bring it down and get it a little cleaner. And then this is a synth bass wallet. I've had this pedal. I've had about 5 of them, but I've used this effect on every record I've ever made purposely. It's like my one thing, and it's always that like wah craziness. You could hear it in Gray on the record. It's just like this like Rush sounding during the verse. It's just like pretty cool pedal. You know, there's a chorus, pretty simple, an octave. This EBS compressor I use all the time. It's just on all the time. I love this pedal. And just a little tuner and a noise, because the basses that I use mainly, they're single coil, so I have to have a noise suppressor all the time. So this is pretty simple. There's just a selector for the head, but I kind of just for this the beginning of this band, I want to keep it simple, because I know I don't want to run into issues and we're not going to have a tech and stuff. So on the Thunder tour, so I don't want to be a disaster.
Yeah,
but I've always had this even just right next to me. Like this was one of my mains for years. Is this like two? Yeah. So I would like, I would use this as my tone, and I would jump it like a tube amp too. I would come in and out, and I would jump this, and it would just give it grit. This is an awesome pedal, but it's huge.
Yeah,
So
for
it's
the
like,
audio listeners, that's the Boss LPB tube with a 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if I haven't seen that one in a long time. I kind of forgot about it, but it's like a
This
stereo
was like
tube.
my main. Yeah, this was a main. This was a main pedal for all throughout the sleeping for sure. This is an awesome pedal. You know, there's some stuff over here. I got the Mastertron. This is a big one that I use in sleeping. Yeah,
ZVEX Mastertron Classic.
Yeah, and this would give like that gated sound when I wanted to get that super gated. Like if it was like a dancey bass line or something, I wanted something super pokey. This is kind of new too.
Oh, the Aguilar. I haven't tried that one. I've seen it.
Yeah, this is a really cool too. There's a lot of control over the fuzz. Fuzz is hard, you know. It's hard to cut with fuzz, especially like Held's heavy. You know, it's heavier than you would. So it's like you need that distortion on bass, and like I have it's pretty when you. My one friend was like, "Damn, you got like death metal tone." Because I was like, so much. I'm stacking distortions. I have it like super, heavy. It's pretty gnarly. If you heard it by itself, you're like, God damn, it's pretty crazy. But when it's in the mix, it fits pretty well. So
I'm listening.
That's why
I hear it.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty nuts. Like it's definitely the heaviest tone I've had with any project that I'm trying to look at other pedals that I've used in the past. I got this cool. This is a stack.
Oh, what's that?
Too. This was a friend made this for me. The one side's like a gated distortion, and the other one's kind of like a fuzz, and you could stack them. This is pretty cool. I've been talking to someone right now about trying to make my own pedal, but it's not happening yet. But I'm pretty stoked on it. Yeah.
Do you do a lot of clean blend when you're setting up a rig? I know a lot of bassists will do clean blends with their dirts. Do you do that?
1,000%. Yeah, in the studio, like for sure, we'll have like 4 lines a lot of times. We'll have like clean DI, clean amp, plus all my effects going through something, and then the effects going through an amp too. We'll have a lot of different things to pick from. I like to track with a lot of different lines, so you're not just like, I should have got that tone. You always have to have a clean channel anyway, just to blend in. And if you kind of hate something later,
right,
you can always like reamp it or something. Yeah, that helps a lot.
Sure. Man, it's saved many an hour. Yes, it's like that take was great, but I don't know about that sound.
Then you get home and you're like, hate this tone or something, so and then that kills you.
Or it just doesn't fit. Maybe it's a good tone, but it doesn't work.
Dude, the studio we were at, though, talk about gear. They had, I think, every tube amp ever. It was insane. The amount of tube heads and the collection that Markson has at that studio is just out of control. It's like unbelievable. It's walls of amps and then pedals. Like he's like partners with the guy, and the guy that owns the studio, he has like a YouTube. I don't even know the exact name, but he has a YouTube where he rates pedals. So he has just this massive pedal collection that's like it's like hundreds of pedals just in drawers, all drawers. You're pulling out drawers, trying different things. You probably got the same good on.
I don't know anybody so like that.
Cooler. Yeah, pedals are just so much cooler than like the I don't know, than like a quad Cortex. I can't get into it yet. Like I one day maybe, but I can't right now. I just like to touch it. I like to be able to just go down and turn a knob if I have to turn a knob and move it from one place in the chain to the other place, and it's just kind of takes away the fun when you don't have that.
The digital thing is winning me over, and I got to try out this. We're just doing the same thing, we're just grabbing things around us. The Nano Cortex recently.
Yeah, hell yeah, I saw that.
I was like, I don't know, I'll give it a try. That sounds like a pretty cool piece of kit, and I was shocked by plugging it in. I was like, preset 4. And I don't even know what preset 4 is because this one doesn't have a screen and I didn't like plug it in yet or anything to the computer. Preset 4, directed into the computer. Wow, that sounds great. And I just immediately like made a little clip with it and made a little video and was like, this is like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, with the Nano Cortex, and it sounds like this out of the box. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. It's out of control. Like Dog started, he got the Fender Tone Master, And every day I'm like, how is this thing so easy? It's just like the tones are just killing out of nowhere.
Yep.
I'm like, you're cheating. You're cheating.
But at the same time, though, I think, wow, that's great, and I love that you can get like different snapshots and whatever. Every company calls it something different, right? Like you can take a basically a static image of your rig and put it into that's cool. I love that, especially for traveling or whatever else. But I think if we all just continue to rely on presets and other people's stuff, that's where some of the magic gets lost. You know, it's like doing what you're talking about, playing with actual pedals, playing with actual amps, and finding things that, like, yeah, maybe you can translate it into the digital world later. But if you only ever exist in the digital world, don't get me wrong, there's a billion unlimited things you can do in there. But I think there's something magic about plugging in pedals and just seeing what happens in ways that you maybe otherwise wouldn't have. And I don't know. I like the physical world a little too much to fully dedicate to the digital side, even though I do appreciate the convenience of the digital side for sure.
Oh, it's winning everyone over. It's just so easy. These people are just like touring. It used to be touring. When I had a GK endorsement for years, and I remember we did this big tour, and they're like, we want 2 8x10s on stage, and two of the heads, and the heads were the RB 2001s. They were like 80 pounds each in a rack.
Geez.
This rack was like, it was out of control. Like it was so heavy, and then it sounded amazing. It's actually like Flea and Justin from Tool. They use the same rig and they use that head, and it's like, yeah, this is great when you have 3 techs, and it's like the best thing ever. But when you have to carry it around now, flying, you could fly with anything. You have 20 rigs in a box, and it's just, you could do the crazy things. Like, I don't know, Darkglass just came out with that pedal. It's, you know, the quad cortex of Darkglass, and it seems pretty amazing too. I see people using it all the time.
Yeah, it's two different forces, right? It's like, yes, we all want all the tones that we can possibly have on the road, but also touring's not getting any cheaper. You know, fuel's certainly not getting any cheaper. Yes. And so it's like literally the cost of carrying 2 8x10s and 2 80-pound amps is actually, it sounds ridiculous, but it's quite expensive, you know? And so it's like, okay, the people ultimately just want a good show. How am I going to give them the best show and also try not to go completely broke while on tour? I guess maybe this compact rig stuff is the way to go. I can't hate on it. I mean, if I was in Metallica, I would never play any of that. Probably, I'd be like, "No, we're gonna play the full stacks. Why would we bother?" But
yeah, for sure. Like, so we started using in-ears, and I was talking to my friend Tim from Fit from an Autopsy. He's my little gear nerd that I'm always like, yo, what do I do with this? Because we never used in-ears. You know, the Sleeping was punk rock as can be. We just got up there with amps, and it was like, he's like, you don't even need amps now. You got these in-ears. You just gotta, you know, cab sim. And I'm like, what? And he's like, to be honest, like the bands with big heads and half stacks, those are the smaller bands. You know, like all these big bands, they're just going direct in. They got these, like, everyone's got these rigs that are just like direct in, and they don't even have amps on stage. It's like, God, man, what the world has changed. Like, it's unbelievable.
It's true, but also I don't want to name any names. We'll just say we have some mutual friends, and one band was playing with amps and one band was not. And I know that's not the only difference in the bands, obviously, but like from a pure sound in the venue perspective, I was trying really hard not to be biased because I like both bands equally, but the one with the amp sounded better to me. And this was like a good, like, on the same stage, same night, you know, A-B comparison. I mean, different people, so there's that. But at the same time, I know what these bands sound like. And I was like, I think the amps were winning tonight. Yeah,
there's that air push. I believe it. I believe it too. I'm still you know, I'm coming up from the 90s where I just believe there's that magic. Every amp sounds different. They all hit different, you know, especially pedals. They all sound a little different. And it gives it that magic. I don't know. That's what's like the difference to me. And maybe I won't change. Maybe I will change. I don't think I will right now, but I saw that little quad that you held up though. And I was like, damn, I could put my whole rig, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's insane. It's the size of like a dual pedal, basically.
Yeah, no, I saw that. I was like, should I get this thing? I could just fly with that, and I'm done.
It's. I mean, and not to mention, like, I think this thing's. I mean, it's not cheap for a pedal, quote.
Yeah.
But I think it's like 400 or something like that. It might be 5, which is a lot for a pedal, but it's a lot more than a quote pedal. Yeah, and it. I don't know, man. If you only got like a handful of presets, I think this might be even better than the quad for some people because it's simple. It's knobs, the buttons.
Yeah, you just plug it in and go.
You pick your, one of your whatever presets and rock and roll and just go.
The only thing with me, it's like every room that we pull up to and we do a little sound check, there's always something I go down on tweak. Like I give a little, more brightness or this, or a little more volume to this pedal because it's just like hitting different in the room. Mm-hmm. And if I had to scroll through something and do that every single time, I'd probably lose my mind. I couldn't even figure out this podcast.
You did it though. You did it.
I'm on. I can't believe this is working. It's crazy.
It's working. It's going so smooth. It's going great. Yeah. So let's keep the nerdery rolling. I see a bunch of basses back there. What do we got? What's the arsenal looking like?
Oh, behind me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is.
Oh, there's even more than I realized. I love it.
All right. Well, I'll start with this guy. This is my number one. This is a 78 Grabber.
This is gonna get me.
I've had about 5 Grabbers because I was obsessed for this is probably 20 years that I've been a Grabber guy. And this one, I don't know why. It's like fuller. It's heaviest. It's the heaviest Grabber ever, which just kind of sucks, but it just feels and sounds so much better than any other Grabber I've ever had. It's awesome the way it cuts. It has a little bit more like body to it. I don't know, because they're very high mids. The way that they're project and cut through a mix.
I want a Grabber so bad. It's Ed from Thrice's fault. I've wanted one forever, and I almost pulled the trigger on one a couple weeks ago up in Washington. I was in Spokane. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
And Mark's Guitar Shop. They had the cleanest 1977 Grabber I've ever seen. I actually asked him, like, is this one of the reissues? Is this like a new one? And he's like, no, this is an original. And I was like, oh, try to be responsible. And now you bring this thing out, and I'm like, I got to get a Grabber.
The reissues are pretty terrible, except the reissued G3 looks pretty good, actually. That Epiphone G3 looks okay. But
I haven't played any of them.
The G1 one is pretty bad. But they're expensive now. When I was getting them, they were like $800. Now they're like $3,000. They're like $3,000 for,
I know.
A hunk of wood.
It's because people you've been playing them and people want them now.
So this is the Argonaut. Yeah, Argonaut. This replacement. They're the only company that makes the direct replacement bridge for them, because these bridges suck. The bridges that come, they'll just cut your hands up and they're kind of just a piece of tin.
Okay.
But this bridge is amazing. This is like a high mass, quality made bridge. Mm-hmm. So I did that. The neck is unbelievable on this thing.
Does a pickup stay where you put it pretty well? I've heard people say they eventually wear out and kind of slide around a little more than you want.
I could barely move this. Oh yeah. No, yeah. It's always been just down by the bridge.
Down there. Got it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is a 78. This is pretty heavy. There's like probably 10 pounds, which is getting annoying. I just kind of got this one. There's a 76.
Beautiful.
I also put one of those bridges. This is super light. Amazing. It's like in too good of condition. I'm like scared to up.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's really nice. But I still like the other one better. But I don't know why that one bass is like I've had so many basses in my life and I just can't get over that one.
I understand.
It's a weird thing. This is probably better. Sometimes this actually sounds better and I'm like, I just still like that one better. But yeah, this is an amazing bass.
The all black Grabber is so hot.
Yeah, it's really sick. It's really sick. I got this was a main bass a long time ago for me. This is a very
the Rick.
This is a 78 Rick.
Wow.
That's a direct. I've changed the bridge on that too. Most of the bridges on vintage, like the main issue with vintage instruments are usually the bridges. So You get those things changed out, and then they'll play a million times better. But yeah, if you could, I don't know if you could see the checking is.
I can.
It's unbelievable. The back is
Yes. Yes.
torn up.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, this bass either sounds amazing or it sounds like the biggest piece of it's like, so I don't know what it is, but sometimes it's the best sounding thing ever, like recording. And I used to tour with this. Funny story with this is like the first weekend I had it, we went to play shows, I think it was with Silverstein, and my strap broke and I broke the headstock.
Oh,
it was
no.
like the first day. And I sent it this, we were in Woodstock recording. You can kind of see a hairline. It wasn't that bad, but it's like going down there.
Okay.
But Spectre repaired it at the Spectre factory when it was in Woodstock. But this is amazing. This thing is so sick.
It's so beautiful.
It's like,
I love the white instruments that like are fading to kind of a yellow, and that thing's worn perfectly.
Oh, it's so sick. But it does have its bad days, I'll tell you that much for sure. Like some days I'm like, what? I can't. They're also like the sharpest instrument ever. Like, I don't know what it is with Rickenbacker in general. The most painful instrument to play. There's all sharp edges around the top, and it's just craziness all the time. This is a 80s 56 reissue. This is, nitro.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really sick.
That's really pretty.
Yeah. This is light as hell. This is the lightest bass. It's like 7 pounds. This bass is wild. I haven't done much with this, but I've had it for a little bit now.
I realize I'm not being very nice to the audio listeners, so we're looking at some. The last one was a Rickenbacker. That was a Fender. So
yeah, that's a Fender P bass, 80, 70, 57 reissue. Mm-hmm. And then this, Josh,
what's that?
Josh Shepard, his dad. So my birthday had just passed. He was in the hotel and he's like, "Yo, I got a gift for you." And I'm like, "What?" And we're like, so we're down by the bar and he's like, "I'm gonna go get it." And he's just like, ran up and he walks down with a guitar case, a bass case, and I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Yeah. he's like, so his dad was the head dude at Spectre for years.
No way.
Yeah.
That's
so his
cool.
His dad for like decades, he was the main dude when it was in Woodstock before they sold it to Korg, I think, or some big company. And he was the main dude. So this was like a prototype that, it's unique. It's like a one of one. It's like laid out.
Wow.
Super weird. That pickup, it's like the prototype of the Legacy pickup. It's got this weird floating, like underneath. There's like nothing there.
Oh, yeah. That's
this is
crazy.
A really cool bass. Yeah, it's really sick. And I opened it. I was like, what the hell? You're out of your mind. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I just wanted to give you this. And it's like, and it's amazing. It
Happy
plays
birthday.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick. Really sick. Really sick. Josh is the best dude, man. He's a really awesome dude.
That's amazing.
You get him on the phone, you can't get him off. You just start talking forever. It's the greatest. It's the greatest thing ever. No, me and him go off forever. But this was one of the greatest gifts. It was really cool. And then I talked to his dad about it. He was telling me about it. He's like telling me about the pickup and stuff. And he had it for a while. He's had it for years and years. It's probably 20 years old, this bass.
That's really special.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else I got back here. This was one of my early jazz basses.
Beautiful.
It's like a early 2000s jazz bass. Mm-hmm. As always, everything I have is just torn up.
You've been using it.
Badass 3-bridge. Changed the pickups out. These are stacked, so they're not single coil, so they're noiseless. Pretty standard.
You remember what pickups you put in it?
Yeah, these are the Diodario. I don't know, they're like the humbuckers, the jazz humbuckers. I don't know the exact.
I didn't realize they made pickups. That shows how much I know. Yeah,
it's so cool. Awesome. We used to have an endorsement. Sleeping had an endorsement years ago. And then this was used on a bunch of songs on the new record too. So we got a Fender deal, like kind of a really good endorsement with them. And I was like, everyone's always like, the new basses suck, the new Fenders are terrible. And I was like, I'm gonna get a P bass, and this is the American Pro 2, yeah, the American Professional too, and it's actually awesome. It sounds amazing. The weight is awesome. The neck is amazing on it. It is such a good bass, and even the producer was like, "Damn, we use this on like half the songs on the Held record."
Oh wow!
It was just basically. Normally I bring like 8 basses, but it was just this, and my OG Grabber was the whole record. Yeah,
okay.
And it was probably about, I think there's 10 songs. I think five of each songs were on each of these things. So it's pretty cool.
Very cool. Yeah, I've heard that about the basses specifically on the Fender side too. The new ones, there was a bunch of people saying that the bridges were crooked on some of like the pawn shop style ones, and and I'm not saying that's not true. All I can say is the ones I've picked up in store have been really. I was looking for that stuff because I'd heard that it was a problem.
Yeah,
and the ones I've seen now, granted, maybe the store was like, got rid of all the bad ones and only kept the good ones and got it set up. I don't really know. These were reputable stores, so it would make sense that they would have good stock. But the ones I've seen, I was like, oh, I might want to take one of these home. So
yeah, it was that bass is awesome. It is so good. I have one over here too. Let me see this. This is one of the first 5 strings. This is an old Music Man 80s.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Same torn up.
I love that your basses are all worn in the same spot.
Yeah. This was the first. So I was in a band called Skycamefalling. It was a metalcore band. This is my main bass in that band. And then before that, I was in a funk band that was signed to a major label. That when I played this. This was like my main bass when I was for like years. And then I got out of the 5-string world. So this is like an 80s, I think it's like an 86 Music Man Stingray 5. But this is a great bass.
You ever feel yourself getting pulled back towards the 5-string for things, or are you pretty stuck on the 4 these days?
I thought about it here and there. It depends. Like in that band, we were tuned down to C sharp. So tuning the 4-string down to C sharp, the strings just start to get like floppy, and you kind of lose tone. Even though like half the Sleeping records are in C sharp, drop D. So it's like half step down, and then the low strings at C sharp. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you kind of lose that. Like it's really hard to play bass. So it's like,
it's
like a noodle. Yeah, you're just playing a noodle the whole time. It's like, but yeah, the 5-string definitely helps with that. But I don't hate 5-strings. I think they're cool.
Yeah. That's one thing I've never tried. Really, is a 5-string bass. I've got like a 7 and 8-string guitar, and I keep finding I love those things. They're a lot of fun, but I kind of got them as an experiment because I'm like, well, I like down tuning. Let's keep going. And then I was like, oh yeah, let's get an 8-string multi-scale. Let's see what that's like to live with. And it's a lot of fun, but I could never have it be like my main instrument for what I do. When I want to go heavy, 6-string baritone is a little more where my comfort zone lies.
Yeah, and I feel like when you're reaching for notes on a bass, the 5-string, the 4-string makes you go, you get more character in your lines because you go sliding into different positions instead of just, going up a half step or something, like going up to the next string. So it like kind of makes you move around the neck more and get more like character in your playing, I think.
Oh, that makes sense.
In a 4-string. Yeah, that's how I feel when I play. The other way, I'm just like staying in position, just in one mode, and just kind of, if I have to go get another note down there, it makes you move around.
Yeah. So I didn't realize, I knew about the Skycamefalling, but I didn't realize you were in a funk band.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like what? That's a very big juxtaposition there. How did you get that?
College thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was actually, it was me and John Beatz, the drummer of Bayside that passed away, like in the accident. We were like best friends growing up. He was one of my best friends. So we were in a band. We were actually in 2 bands together. We were in a band called One Time, and it was this funk band. It had a girl singer, a guy singer, a keyboardist, a percussion player, a drummer, 2 horn players.
It's amazing.
And a bass player. And the guitar. There was 8 or 9 people in that band. It was out of control. It was so much fun. We would play all the college bars and, rock the house, and we just had a really good time. And then I was in a band with him called Red Room, and that was like the first band I ever actually toured with, and that was like an emo rock band, like a punk Get Up Kids style type band, and that was really cool too.
Yeah,
but
that's wild. Like, I didn't realize that. That's a completely different thing than I would have pictured in my head. It's cool.
I know, I've been all over the spectrum. He was actually one of my biggest like mentors. He was the conductor of the St. John's pet band, and then he was in that band with me, and he was the one that pushed me to get into some other stuff. His favorite band was like the Police and stuff, and made it one of my favorite bands. And he was the best, man. I miss that dude.
Yeah, he was really great too. Yeah. That was a sad day for sure.
Yep.
But it's interesting though to hear that connection, and like, because growing up, anything that involved the school band or school music program or being any smarter about my instrument, I was like, nah, it's not punk rock. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
That's lame.
I wasn't that guy at all. No, everything I did was like the most punk rock and ass backwards way ever. I learned everything on my own. For sure. So when I came around dudes that learned the right way, I'd be like, oh, let me listen to this dude for a minute and see what's going on. We used to just run drills, me and him with drums and bass. It was pretty awesome. Yeah. So he would like write out charts. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, but we'd be like doing patterns and kick patterns and rhythms, and it was really cool. Yeah, I learned a lot from him.
Yeah, I from getting into this, that was similar to how a lot of my friends were as far as like the punk rock side of things. Like, we're just gonna do it. And I think there's a lot to be said about that approach, and I appreciate it. And I think Doug and I actually talked about it quite a bit. I think it's a cool approach, and I want to see more people do it. But once I got around like quote unquote real musicians that actually knew what they were doing, they're like, so we're gonna do this, and they say a bunch of words that I'm like, is that like the dirt dant dant thing that I do? Like, is that what you mean? They're like, yeah, that's a mixolydian. I'm like, I don't know what that means. That sounds like a cartoon. Like, I've never heard of that before.
My way through so many gigs, it's like, just go, I got you, and they'll say it, I'll agree, and then you just figure it out. I'm all by ear, for the most part. I've studied with a few people, but I really wish I was schooled away. Some of these dudes are out of control.
It's crazy, but at the same time, if I really, really wanted to do that, I've learned this about myself. If I really, really want to do something, I will do it.
Yeah.
If I really, really don't want to do it, then I guess I obviously have other interests that are going to drive me to do, other things. I have had to kind of tell myself that, like, if you really wanted that, you can say you wanted it, but what you're doing is actually what tells you what you want to do, And obviously you care about pedals. I'm talking to myself now. Obviously you care about pedals more than you care about music theory. But that's been its own odd help. I don't know that I would like be in the same position that I'm in now had I learned how to read music better. I know I wouldn't. Like, people ask me about the things that I know, and I have to ask them about the things that they know.
Yeah, it makes, I don't know. I like to believe that it makes you more creative because you worked harder to get to that place and did the wrong things, and then you're more unique in your playing. But who knows? Maybe not. Maybe you are. I feel like I am for sure. I'm different because I did it my own way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. So let me ask you this. This might be a little different question than on the train we've been on, but say you're talking to some teenagers right now. You might be, actually, for all we know, and they're thinking that they want to start a band and go on tour and live that life. What would you say to them?
If it was my kid, I would say don't do it. No. No, my kid's a drummer. He's 7. He's a sick drummer. It's awesome.
Nice. That's amazing.
I'll send you some videos. He's pretty sick. Do it, man. Just do it. It's like such a different world now. It's not really about just jumping on tour. These people are blowing up their bands. It's all about their social media presence and being creative and that's where I think we're like, that's hard for us. Like, it's really hard to grasp that social media thing and like trying to get your band. It used to just be like, just play as many shows and play in front of people and get a few fans every show and then build a fan base, word of mouth. Now it's like, it's more about getting something viral. It's like crazy. Mm-hmm. Not that I care about that stuff. It's the truth. It is what it is.
In some ways it's better. I would think. At least not easier from like anybody can do it and like snap your fingers and all of a sudden you have a band.
Yeah.
But it's like physically a little easier to learn how to record, put some stuff out there and see what happens than drive your van all over the country and see what happens. You know what I mean? I think, at least in my view.
I like the people that like the one thing that I think everyone has to experience is getting into a studio with a real producer and like a real studio, because a lot of people are just making these records at home, which is awesome, but it's like getting in with like someone bouncing ideas and pushing you and making you play better. That's like the funnest part of making a record to me, is getting in there and being like, what are we gonna do? You know, like, and this is like, instead of just like sitting in a bedroom in your underwear and someone's just like, press play and just record. These dudes are making records out of, you know, like they just wake up just to make a record in their bed. You know, it's like crazy. Mm-hmm. It's like everyone has a recording studio now. So that's, you know, that's super, well, it's not new. It's been happening now for a while, but it's kind of changed music. People just putting out, they don't have to think as much. They just finish a song, put it out just because they can record so easily. Mm-hmm. They used to be like, get ready and be prepared to go into the studio and be the best player. We used to practice for weeks just so we're like impressing the producer and like nailing our parts and not wasting time. You know, that's what made you a better player.
Well, that time costs money. You know, now if obviously everyone's time is worth something, but you know, I could take as long as I want to record something here. Doesn't matter. It's not going to cost me any extra cash to take more time if I choose to take more time on something. But if you're renting a studio and you're paying a producer and you're going in there, it's like, hey, we got this much time to get this done. Yeah. And if we don't, it's not going to be done. And that's a problem. Like
it's why a lot of these YouTube dudes or like these people with playthroughs, you know, that 30-second clip or that 20-second clip took them 6 hours.
Oh, yeah.
They're not as nasty as you think. They're just taking their time trying to figure it out. You know, anyone could play that in 6 hours. You know?
Yeah. And that's like the other side of it. It looks like, oh, well, they just played guitar for 30 seconds. Like that took them all day, all day long. All day. Yeah. And that's like, that's why a lot of my friends are YouTubers and I like, my hat's off to them because I've tried to do it in
so
fits.
Hard.
I give up. Kind of. I was just like, look, I'll make short form content. I'll make short little clips of different sounds. I like doing that because I can make a mini song that I'll produce, and that's fun. That's cool. I'm like, let me show you what this pedal sounds like in this context, in this little clip. That's a lot of fun for me. But like to sit down and tweak all the knobs, I don't mind doing that on my own time, tweak all the knobs and find out what it does. But I don't want to sit down on camera and tweak all the knobs and show you what it does. I've done those videos and there's so many people that are better at it than me. I can't do it. I was at a media event that Sweetwater put on, and all of my YouTuber friends were there, and I love this moment for me. They were all talking about how they hate conducting interviews. And I'm like, I love conducting interviews. It's my favorite thing to do. Like other than playing music, I love interviewing people. And I was like, oh, okay. They all hate doing that, and they're better at the other thing than you. Yeah. You love doing this thing. You should just lean into that more. Do that. And so I just leaned in harder into talking to people like yourself because that's the part that I enjoy. I don't want to show you every position on the dial. There's other people better at it. Yeah, it shows,
you know, you have to have a personality and use it and do it. You know, that stuff, it's a little stale to me because like the label is always like, we need playthroughs, we need this. And I'm like, God damn, it's the most boring thing ever. I just don't have a whole day to just record it. And then, you know, it does take that long because you're like, not good enough. Let me do it again. You know, like this angle's wrong. The lighting's off. Or it doesn't sound good. And I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do it. But I want to. Trust me, I want to. I know it helps so much doing that kind of stuff. And I haven't done it yet. And I'm like, I should start doing it. Because I was like, I could run through the Sleeping catalog and then this New Held stuff.
Honestly,
get some clips.
This is maybe just me and my bias talking. But you probably would get just as much traction being like, hey, this is the rig I used on this and you wouldn't even have to like necessarily like show every piece of it if it wasn't handy. You could just be like, I used this on this and a this on this and this on this, and I think people eat that stuff up too if that's more your speed.
Yeah. You got to be good at that. Damn. No, for sure. Yeah, no, the music nerd thing is out of control. I see those reels are like, they get so much love. It's like insane. People just talking about a pedal or something, and just like they'll like just showing a little something. Oh, boost this, do this, and it's like a million views. You're like, what is going on? It's crazy.
That's because everybody wants to know. Like, I remember being a kid and wondering how people got these sounds. I remember being confused on some of like the down tune stuff I was hearing, because I didn't play guitar at that point. I was like, is that a bass? I didn't know what I was hearing on some of this, like Slipknot and Korn and all. I was like, is that a bass? I had no idea what I was hearing. And so I would like call up Guitar Center and ask them stupid questions, and I'm sure they got sick of kids like me. But it wasn't until years later I was like, oh, you can tune a guitar differently. I didn't know that.
That's awesome.
Now that's
What's
just
your main
knowledge.
guitar? What's your favorite guitar you got?
Oh, geez, man. I don't know. But the one I pick up probably the most is like right over my shoulder there. It's that black baritone.
Telly?
It's
that's a baritone.
on the opposite side. Yeah. I think I can reach it. Maybe I can reach it. See if my headphones let me reach it.
That's... Oh wow.
So yeah, this is made by Grez Guitars. My
Really
friend
cool.
Barry, he's down in California. It's a rosewood. It's all rosewood, reclaimed rosewood. And it's a 28-inch baritone 6-string with Lawler gold foils. This is probably like my go-to, like, I know whatever I plug this into, it's going to sound awesome. Like,
that thing looks slick as hell. Holy.
It's really, really nice. And Barry's a good buddy. And this is the first time I played one of these was at like I think the last summer NAMM that happened maybe. And I walked to his booth, like, hey, Barry, I wanted to check out this new baritone you made. I plugged in. I was like, I got to have one of these. And so a little bit later, we figured it out. But this is probably my go-to guitar that I grab more than any of my others, which is weird.
Oh, wow.
I got a lot of cool ones, but this one's...
Do you like that floating bridge? It doesn't annoy you with the heavy stuff?
It's not floating. It's screwed in. It's kind of deceptive there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's he kind of made it for more of that like old school tic-tac bass type of thing.
Yeah.
And
doubling stuff with it.
And I take it and just make noise.
Yeah.
and
yeah,
chaos.
a lot of the Hellbreaker has baritone on it.
Yeah,
just as a doubling thing, just to make it heavier sounding.
Oh, it's also one crucial thing I forgot to mention. It's like
hollow body.
It's pretty much all hollow, but there's no F holes
Just
or anything.
chambered?
Yeah,
it's just chambered.
It's just all one big hollow core for the most part, except like under the bridge.
What does it weigh? Like 2 pounds?
Yeah, it's so light.
That's crazy.
I don't even know what it weighs. It might be like, honestly, like maybe 3, I'm guessing, 3.5 pounds.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, get it put back here in a second. But yeah, other than that, like I'm kind of a Les Paul guy. Like my first Les Paul that I ever owned is still one of my favorite guitars. It's just a 2003 Les Paul Faded that I've done some mods to, and it's just like everybody that comes plays it, it's like, wow, this is a great Les Paul. And it's just my beater. Like,
yeah, I have like a 90s. No, it's early 2000s, just black standard. I mean, studio, and it's just awesome.
Yeah,
and it's just like
they're just rippers. It's great
I just got a new guitar. You want to see it? Even though I'm a bass player.
Yeah, show me, please.
So I got this custom shop.
Ooh, look at that.
58 Strat.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
That's beautiful. Look at that.
So I did a few flip trades on Marketplace for this bad boy right here.
Yeah.
I started off with a bass that I didn't like. I can tell you what it is, even though it's an endorsement. I don't know.
You say whatever you're comfortable with.
No, it's all right. So I got So I got like a Music Man endorsement, and I just like got this special color made. It ended up being like a gold sparkle. By the time I got it, I was like, I can't play this gold sparkle thing. And, you know, and then I just couldn't get it. And then I couldn't get it to like sound right. I don't know. And it was driving me nuts. I could not get the thing to sound right. It just didn't. It was beautiful. They play great, and it's just like that active thing. I don't know. It just wasn't happening for me. So I was like, I gotta get it out of my presence because it's driving me nuts. I keep trying to make this thing work, and it's just not working.
Yep.
So I put it up for trade. This is like 2 years after I got it made, and then
you give it 2 years. That's a fair, honest try.
And I kept trying. I couldn't. And then somebody offered me. So I got a PRS. And I don't like PRS, but it was worth a lot more than that bass. So it was the one with the piezo, like the switch on it.
Oh yeah,
it was flamed. It was like all flamed, all like orange flamed. And then I traded that for this.
There you go.
And this is a really cool custom shop. 58. It's a pretty badass guitar.
It's pretty cool to take things that you're like lukewarm to not interested in and turn it into something that you really like.
Oh, if you don't love something, put it on Marketplace because they'll trade you. So I put this back up too, just to see what I would get. And so far I've gotten a Harley Davidson. Someone offered me, a projector screen with a computer, a bunch of weird guitars. People just they just keep coming. They want this thing, but I don't know if I want to trade it.
Nothing compelling yet has showed up. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we are approaching the end of the show, and we're going to slide over to Patreon and see what kind of silliness we can get into. But before we do that, there's a couple things. I got 2 classic questions I like to ask everybody. And then before we do that, I like to give the guests the chance to take the stage. You're talking to a few thousand people right now. You can shout out anybody you want to shout out, plug anything you want to plug. Say hi to your great aunt, whatever. The floor is yours to do whatever you need to do.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Well, I just want to say thanks for checking out Held. Check out the new record. We're super excited about it. We really that's like our main focus right now. And we're pushing the hell out of it. Going on tour with Under Oath. If anyone's coming out, come say what's up for sure. I'll give you a little gift.
Nice.
I don't know what it'll be, but I'll make one for all the people that come out and say what's up. But check out the record for sure.
Definitely do. It's very good. I'm very, very stoked to have both of these fellas on the show to talk about it, and you really should give it a listen. It's really good. I'm really, really happy with it. Yeah. All right. First question. What is your favorite Boss pedal?
Favorite Boss pedal? Metal Zone.
Metal Zone. All right. I like it.
Yeah, baby. Had to do it.
I love it. It's a good pull.
It was my first sounds like, but you can make it sound good if you crank the out of it, dime it, and you can get heavy as hell with it. Only on guitar. I can't really make it sound good on bass. I have seen a few people use it for some grimy-ass tones.
You know what? I've never tried it on bass. Now that you mention it, I've used it on baritone. I'm going to try it now, even though it might
probably
suck.
Sucks the low end, yeah.
It's got such a crazy EQ on it, though. I think we should be able to. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that's the next video I do.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. We'll see. I'll tag you in it if I do. And I'll be like, right, Sal was right. It sucks, but we're going to show you anyway.
Yeah, dude. I love Boss pedals. They last forever, those things. Throw them against the wall.
Oh, they're great. I'm a huge fan. I've got a lot of them, and I like the guys over there. It's good stuff. Love Boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, final question. And I love talking to East Coast people about this. What is your favorite kind of pizza?
I am a regular slice type of dude, but I do love the Detroit. I know it's trending. I did own 2 pizzerias in my life, so this is kind of like it.
I didn't know that.
Did. Yeah, I've owned a few businesses, a few bars. I owned a music venue too on Long Island that's going pretty hard. AMH. It's in Amityville. Pretty cool spot, but I sold it. But I would say, I think just the regular slice. I'm going to go with a regular slice.
The regular slice? Do you have a preferred pizzeria? I know you're on Long Island. There's got to be something.
There is a lot. I do like Ciro's in Smithtown.
Oh, I've heard that's good.
They got a dope ass regular slice. They only got like 2 slices they make. Those are the best places when they're making a million slices. You know, it could work out. But there's also a place called Roses in Huntington Village. That's pretty cool. I used to own a place called Za. It was open from 4 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Nice.
It was a late night place. Yeah. So I had 2 of those. It was
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow, we might have just found out what we need to talk about on Patreon, so we'll maybe slide over and do that. That work for you?
Yeah, let's go. I don't even know what it is, but let's go.
All right, sounds good. We'll hang up the main episode here. All right, everybody, for Sal, this is Blake, and as always, folks, good luck and good tones. Alrighty, folks, I hope you enjoyed that episode as much as I enjoyed recording it. If you need more content, well, guess what? I've got a few options for you. One, you can check me out talking about music nerdery over on Tape Spaghetti. Tape Spaghetti is the podcast I do with my friend and business partner, Mr. Scott Marquardt, where we dive into the weird side of music. Oh, man, this podcast has been going so well. I feel like we're really hitting our stride now, and people are actually messaging me more about Tape Spaghetti than they are about Tone Mob episodes. It's crazy. I never thought that would happen. But if the weird side of music is your thing, like an episode about a very talented musician who vanished into the New Mexican desert, or maybe why Prince decided to change his name to a symbol, or what the heck was Charles Manson doing with the Beach Boys? These are things we cover over on Tape Spaghetti, so check them out if that is your thing, and you can get it wherever you get this podcast. And if you need more of this very podcast, you can go over to patreon.com/tonemob, where for $5 a month, you will not only get access to the ad-free feed, you will also get access to the bonus content. Oh yeah, there's bonus content. Sal and I got into some other stuff over there, and it was really fun. Now, if you need more stuff, and you probably do, because who can get enough musical stuff in their ears? You got to go check out Held. Seriously, this band rips. There's a reason I wanted both these guys on the podcast. It's very, very good music. Really, really up my alley, and I think it will be up a lot of yours as well. So check it out wherever you get your music. And I think that's enough for tonight. It's very late. Doing some late night stuff. All right. Without further ado, I'll get out of here. Further ado. Okay. Hang it up, Blake. Get out of here. One last thing before we totally sign off here. I just want to remind you that if you do any shopping at Stringjoy, that's Stringjoy guitar strings made in Nashville, that will help me out as well. As I've said for years, I'm heavily involved in that company, and I really do think they're making the best products on the market. So if you would like to try custom strings, go to tonemob.com/stringjoy and check them out today. I seriously love what the team down there is doing. I help them out with all kinds of things, and by you supporting them, you are also supporting me as well. And hey, you need some strings, so why not get some custom strings just for your guitar and playing style? Again, the link for that is tonemob.com/stringjoy, and that will take you right to their website, and you can do all your shopping through there, and that will help everyone involved out. So thank you very much. Talk to you next time. We are brought to you by the wonderful folks at Gun Street Wiring Shop. Yes, Gun Street Wiring Shop. I've talked about them before. I used to say based out of Bend, Oregon, but guess what? Sean moved to my neck of the woods. Sean's in Portland. Sean is awesome and has helped me with a bunch of stuff lately. And if you have wiring needs for your guitar, he can help you too. If you want to get weird with it, he can get weird. If you just need to spruce things up a little bit, there's your guy. He takes all the guesswork out of doing your guitar wiring, and he makes it simple, and his customer service is top-notch, and I can't say enough good things about Gun Street as a company. I really respect Sean and what he's all about, and the product is top-notch. I've got 3 different guitars that now have Gun Street harnesses in them, and I could not be happier. So go to gunstreetwiringshop.com and check them out.